Hercules and
the Voldermorter.
For many years there had been trouble caused by an evil king called King Million, who kept a deadly monster that would only eat human flesh. Dun 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 dun! The king made a promise that if he was given humans to feed the monster, he would leave the island in peace. In this world of chaos and disarray lived a brave and handsome young man named Hercules. He lived in a cave at the top of an enormously tall mountain called Mount Lamour. Hercules had a great amount of strength, and many years ago he accidentally murdered his mother and father after drinking a sip of wine that made him drunk. Ashamed to live in his original house, he banished himself to the cave.
Murdering his beloved mother and father, he decided to punish himself by making himself a servant for the one and only selfish, greedy, and gruesome King Million. Walking on the way to the palace, Heracles notices a pair of sandals with wings attached to them. Hercules carefully puts on the flying golden shoes and unexpectedly starts to float up into the sweet air of the sky where the gods and the goddesses live. They gave him weapons. He was given a solid silver mason sword. He'll need them, the goddess of love said sweetly.
on the way home, Hercules met King Million. "You are very late, Hercules," shouted King Million. "What am I late for, sir?" asked Hercules. "You are late for work. Remember our deal? Since you killed your own parents, you told me to treat you like a peasant. Off to the dungeon with you!" King Million roared to Hercules. "Take him to the dungeon!" bellowed King Million to the dungeon guards.
Hercules stumbled down the stepped dungeon staircase and landed hard on the rough, pebbly cold ground. He heard a growling noise, and he was very lucky that he was wearing his suit of armor and had his weapon with him. Then a hideous creature jumped out at him. This horrible monster was called the Voldermorter. Then the battle began. Hercules used his mace and sword to try to defeat this Voldermorter. Even though the monster had a mace on the end of its tail, with his sword, Hercules cut its head off. Used his mace to cut its legs and arms so he could not move slowly. It died.
Looking up to the heavens, Hercules remembered what his father said.
Good always defeats the bad, even if they have great amount of strength. And he was right. Hercules was freed at last from the evil, selfish King Million.